from your 24-hour news and weather station, News 9 at 6.
Breaking news just into the News 9 24-hour newsroom. A News 9 mobile newsroom is live on the scene of a fire in the Laybell section of Steubenville.
Steubenville firefighters are cleaning up after fighting a fire on Arlington Street at about 5 o'clock tonight. That's when it started. No word on what started this fire. However, we do know it happened in the basement. We will have the very latest on this story coming up tonight at 11 on News 9 Tonight. On to our other big story tonight at 6. It's a tale of two cities hoping to stay that way. News 9 is everywhere tonight. I'm Mark Zinni.
And I'm Danielle Frizzi. If current census numbers are correct, one city will barely keep its city status while the other will lose it. That's our top story on News 9 at 6. News 9's Holly Yeckel is live with more.
In Ohio, for a city to be considered a city, they have to have a population of over 5,000 people or more. Well, two Belmont County cities are just slightly above and slightly below that number.
The city of Bel Air could soon be the village or the township of Bel Air. If current preliminary census numbers are correct, Bel Air missed the city mark by a count of 12 people. Many in Bel Air say they aren't surprised their city has shrunk. They say it's just a reflection of the shrinking economy.
A lot of it has to do with the work around the valley. I mean, everybody's got to leave the town, drive, 40, 50 miles each day for work. Why not move closer to work?
Others in Bel Air say they're still a city and that the U.S. government should reconsider and have a recount.
Well, they need to have a recount so they don't lose their being a city. The 12 more votes would be enough to make it.
And west of Bel Air, the city of St. Clairsville will stay a city, but just barely. They came in over the 5,000 mark by only 57 people. But despite the shrinking numbers and population, citizens in the area are not losing hope.
I've lived around here all my life, and it's growing again, and it will get better. It has to.
Now, reports say that Bel Air's official numbers are expected April 8th. Reporting live, Holly Yeckel, News 9 at 6.
More details on the census. If you would like to check out the census results for yourself, for your city, township, or county, you can log on to the World Wide Web at www.census.gov. As for those of you in West Virginia, exact census numbers have not yet been released on the census website.
Wintersville police still aren't sure if a Jefferson County woman was pushed or if she jumped. Around 11 o'clock last night, police say the woman, whose name isn't being released tonight, was found lying on the side of the road near the Wintersville Kroger. Witnesses say she appeared to have fallen out of a moving pickup truck. The investigation continues tonight.
New details on several stories tonight on News 9 at 6. A car accident that killed a 71-year-old woman in Martins Ferry is calling the Hanover Street intersection into question. You're looking at file video of that accident. Martins Ferry city officials are looking into ways to make the intersection safer. One idea is a separate light to allow northbound traffic to turn left onto Hanover Street. Also, warning lights for the north and southbound traffic as they approach the intersection are being considered.
Well, new details on something most of you have been anxiously waiting for. This is a live look from Tower Cam 9 at Route 2 in Brooke County. In about 15 hours, the closed section north of the Market Street Bridge will reopen. Today, crews continue to clean up the stretch of road, which has been shut down since last October. It's all part of the state's widening project. Now to the bad news. For now, it will be only one lane in each direction, which means you're going to have to wait your turn to use that open lane. Well, you may want to stop for gas as soon as possible because there's word tonight prices are headed up. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries announced it is cutting oil production by 4%. That means less oil and gas and higher prices. People in the Ohio Valley are already frustrated.
I travel a lot. My husband's in a job where he travels an awful lot, so he's constantly having to fill the tanks. And by the time you do your gas and everything, you have barely enough money to make ends meet.
I'd be disappointed because I paid enough money for gas already.
Well, common theme, President Bush is being urged to consider tapping into the nation's strategic oil reserves that would up the supply and keep the prices where they are.
Meantime, boaters, you are being reminded by the Ohio Department of Natural Resources to make sure you're not breaking the law when you put your boat into the water. A new law that went into effect last year requires any person born after January 1st, 1982 to complete a boater education course before driving any powerful watercraft. Changes to Governor Wise's proposal to regulate and tax video poker machines are expected to top the agenda in the West Virginia House Judiciary Committee tomorrow. Wise and legislators are changing the bill so delegates on the committee will vote for it. If passed, the bill will reduce the number of so-called gray machines to 9,000 statewide. One change would allow nonprofit, fraternal, and veteran organizations to have more. Another proposal will prevent a few major businesses from owning all the machines in the state. So what do you think of the governor's hard stance on gray machines? This is a big issue that will likely get even bigger. Give us a call at 1-800-847-9868 or email us at talkback@WTOV.com.
The West Virginia State Legislature has disconnected a bill that would have made recordings and transcripts of 911 calls confidential. Some say the bill needs more work. It would have prohibited the release of 911 recordings and transcripts without a court order or a subpoena. More bad news tonight on another steel casualty in Ohio. LTV, operating under bankruptcy court protection, may be ready to shed a less profitable Cleveland steel mill. Union leaders say the plant, not far from this main plant, will likely be shut down. It has more than 500 employees and makes steel that other companies buy and grind into parts or pipes. The Cleveland-based steel giant filed for protection December 29.
Ohio Governor Bob Taft has signed a trade agreement with Argentina, but it doesn't affect any illegal steel possibly making its way into the U.S. Taft, who toured Wheeling Pit a few months ago, went to South America to talk steel, but he also promoted and signed an agreement on a cultural and arts exchanges between the two. Ohio already exports $420 million in goods each year, but Taft is hoping for more. Well, the year 2000 saw a successful season for deer hunters in the Buckeye State. A report from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources says deer hunters took more than 150,000 deer. That's an increase of 18% over the previous year. That number does include each of the hunting seasons throughout the year.
Meantime, West Virginia deer hunters are hurt more by falling out of trees than hunters in any other state. The 7-year study by Marshall University surgeons shows that 84 hunters suffered injuries severe enough to force them to seek high-level medical treatment. The average age of those hurt was about 40 years old.
The St. Clairsville Public Library is getting some financial help through a special memorial donation. The children of one of the library's longtime trustees are donating $125,000 in her honor. The late Marcel Lewis was a member of the Board of Trustees for 27 years. The donation will allow the library to follow through with plans for expansion.
Ohio House Bill 660, also known as the deserted baby law, gives new moms the right to leave their newborns at a hospital or police department. It doesn't go into effect until April 6th, but Belmont County leaders are trying to educate people now on how the law works. This after a newborn was found at East Ohio Regional Hospital last month. That mother, who still hasn't been identified, could face jail time for abandoning the baby. County Family Service agents are working with anyone curious about the new law. Well, another Ford employee dies of a disease no one knows how they got.
Those details are coming up next. Also ahead, passengers sound asleep when an Amtrak train jumps from the tracks. The breaking details are next.
And back here in the Ohio Valley, a little girl fighting an illness, but she is not doing it alone. The details are next. Dave?
It was a pretty nice sunny day out there, a little bit cooler than we'd like to see this year on Super Doppler 9000 Storm Tracker. It is clear. Will it remain that way? I'll let you know coming up.
You're looking at the Ohio Valley from exclusive live Tower Cam 9. Now, News 9 at 6 continues.
Welcome back. Investigators are now looking into today's deadly Amtrak derailment in southwestern Iowa.
The early morning accident killed one passenger and injured about 90 others. The Amtrak Zephyr was carrying 195 passengers and 15 crew members from Chicago to Emeryville, California, when 9 cars jumped the tracks around midnight. The accident happened in a rural area where trains typically run at about 80 miles an hour.
The lights went out and we stopped, and it was, I thought I was dead. I thought I was dead personally. So then we kicked out the window and we came to a realization that we're okay.
At least 3 other passengers tonight are in critical condition.
A second person has died after an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease at a Ford plant near Cleveland. Ford shut down the casting plant after 3 workers came down with the disease. Health officials say a cooling tower may be the source of the illness. The plant is supposed to reopen tomorrow. Still no word tonight if it actually will. Well, a community pulls together to help a 6-year-old girl suffering from a brain tumor.
And though she is very young, Shelby Kamrick will soon have her 3rd brain surgery. Shelby has a rare, life-threatening disease. Today at the Serbian-American Cultural Center in Weirton, friends and family held a benefit. If you are interested in helping Shelby, you can send donations to the United National Bank in care of Shelby Kamrick, Post Office Box 2500, Weirton, West Virginia, 26062. Dave, let's take more days like this.
Well, Mark, if you like today, you're going to like tomorrow even better because we're going to raise the temperatures a little bit and it's going to be sunny. But beyond that, it looks like we're going to stay the same maybe for a little while, or maybe we'll get a little bit of some precipitation. You'll have to tune in to know just what we're going to see. Super Doppler 9000 storm tracker is quiet here in the valley and throughout the whole state of Ohio. I'll let you know what to expect coming up.
Now, from the area's only team of meteorologists, here's your Storm Team 9 Ohio Valley forecast.
Good evening, Ohio Valley. If you like today's forecast, you should like the next several days' forecast because it is going to stay nice. We're gonna see some sunny skies over the next several days, a rather tranquil weather pattern for Ohio for this time of year. On the satellite image here, nothing at all, just a few clouds down to the south and west here in the Ohio Valley. Completely clear throughout the day today, just a few high, thin clouds. And on the water vapor image, this darker area here indicates a dry area. This white area back here indicates where the moisture is, and there's some moisture down to the south here. But here in the Ohio Valley, as you can see, it's remaining dry, and it will be that way for the next day or so. If we take a look at Super Doppler 9000 radar, absolutely nothing here in the Ohio Valley and absolutely nothing off to the west. So we're going to remain dry over the next couple of days. Our temperatures around the region, 35 in Cleveland, 32 in Erie, here in the valley 42, but look, those 50-degree temperatures are starting to work up toward the Ohio Valley. They should be in here tomorrow. On our neighborhood weather net, a little cooler to the north, a little bit warmer to the south. Here in Wheeling, our weather watcher Diane Stewart, 43 degrees right now. So we're seeing temperatures a little bit below normal right now. They will warm up tomorrow. 43 degrees in Steubenville, a degree cooler, 42 in Wheeling. Winds out of the north-northwest at 10. Humidity 29%, and the barometric pressure is steady. Will rise slightly as high pressure slides toward the Ohio Valley throughout the day tomorrow. 46 was our high, 26 the low. A little bit below normal for both of those readings. 72 and 8 are the records. If we take a look at Futurecast, which shows us where weather will be, high pressure over the central Great Lakes region at 8 tonight. As we slide this into motion, high pressure just slides a little bit toward the east by tomorrow morning. This is an area of low pressure that will be moving up the east coast later on in the week by 4 tomorrow afternoon. High pressure still in command of our weather, giving us sunny skies. Then a few clouds trickle in into the day on Tuesday, but no rain to worry about. Tonight, mostly clear, chilly with calm winds, low 23 degrees. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. Our high will make it up to 52 degrees, very close to normal for this time of year. And the Storm Team 9 5-day forecast, warmer the next several days and then cooling off toward the end of the week with a wintry mix. But I have to point out that Tuesday is the first day of spring, and that is the warmest day on our 5-day forecast there, 55 degrees for the first day of spring.
That's nice
Very
to see.
nice.
Not bad at all.
Too bad it's going to snow at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Or rain, or...
Looks like a mix.
Snowy rain.
Yeah.
All good things
Oh,
come
well.
to an end. For now, thank you, Dave. We just saw Tiger made it in, or something happened.
Yeah, Tiger finally got himself a victory, bagging himself the Bay Hill Invitational for the second year in a row. And in college basketball, the upsets continue in the field of 64. We'll have all the details coming up in News 9 Sports.
From the Ohio Valley's award-winning sports team, now News 9 Sports.
In just 1 week, the field of 65 NCAA basketball teams competing for a national title has been whittled to 16. March Madness at its midpoint. A Big Ten co-champ in action today. Top seed Illinois. The Illini trying to advance to the Sweet 16 in San Antonio against Charlotte. A guy named Cook sizzling from the outside. Brian Cook cannon the 3-ball. Charlotte, though, has Damone Brown. And look at Damone. The bank open in Dayton. That's where they were playing this one, and he got that one from the top of the key. The Fighting Illini going to fight for this rebound. And inside, Robert Archibald going to rip it away from everybody and rip one down. The Illini ripping themselves away from the 49ers in this one. Corey Bradford, 3-ball side pocket. No upset here. Your top seed wins 79-61. But the Temple band playing the upset tune today in New Orleans. Temple, an 11 seed, trying to take out Florida. The Gators went to the championship game last year. Off the miss, look at this. Lynn Greer rips it right back for the Owls. He popped in 2 of his 20 points. Florida struggling with this 11 seed for a while. They were hanging in there. The 3-ball from Nelson, Billy Donovan. Knew his team was in trouble. They certainly were. Quincy Wadley going to knock one down. He had 24 to lead all scorers. The Owls led by 20 at halftime and win by 21, 75-54. Fog rolling in on the track in Darlington yesterday. It meant there wasn't time to both practice and qualify for today's NASCAR race. The drivers, given a choice, picked practice over qualifying, and that's okay for most of them. The top 43 drivers, according to the owner's standings, got to race today. But how would you like to be Andy Houston, Rick Master, Dave Marcis? They didn't even get a chance. Missing out on the racing action. Ricky Rudd didn't. He made his 700th Winston Cup start. That's the 5th driver to do that. Dale Earnhardt Jr. had some problems brushing against the wall, and he would be out of the race, finishing 34th. His teammate Steve Park in park, but not for long. Trouble coming out of the pits. Drags the jack with him. Should have got in trouble, but no penalty assessed. Problems for Jeff Gordon. His car would overheat. They couldn't get him fixed in time, and Gordon would finish 40th. With 12 laps to go, that's Mike Skinner spinning out all over the place, and, well, he's got himself a hot problem. Time to stop, drop, and roll. Mike Skinner gets himself out of the car in time. Brings out the caution. We have 7-lap shootout now for the finish, and Dale Jarrett would win it. It's his 25th career victory. Let's go to the board. Number 88 gets on the board with his first win of the year. His 3rd career win in Darlington. Steve Park finished 2nd, and in the Winston Cup points standings, Jarrett now has the lead over Sterling Marlin. Chances are area race fans watched the NASCAR race today, and so did many area dirt track drivers. That's one way they spend their Sundays until the local season starts in May. This weekend, Cannonball Motor Speedway holding its annual show at the Ohio Valley Mall, and that helps whet the appetite for the coming year.
This weekend just gets you in the mood for the whole race season. We're just trying to prepare the car the best we can for the whole season. It takes a lot of time through the winter to rebuild and everything, and finally at the show we get to show off our car, what we've done all winter, and just to get ready for the season.
Oh, we're very antsy. That's what we do every Sunday. We sit at home and watch the NASCAR race, just getting ready to go. You know, it's never ending. We're doing something all winter long to the car, getting it ready to go.
All right, to golf now, and Tiger Woods, winless on the year, but heading into today's final round of the Bay Hill Invitational in first place, but Phil Mickelson on his tail, charging hard. That putt gave him the lead at 13 under, but Tiger, from NBA range, knocking it down from the fringe. That is a long putt. Woods brought his A game today for the lead on 17. Ooh, just wide, so he's going to go into the final hole, needing a birdie to win. And after his tee shot went into the gallery, he recovers and putts for victory. Tiger Woods, his first win of the year. And as Mark said earlier, it goes in for Tiger.
Yeah, he does that hand thing.
He looks pretty excited, too.
He was.
Obviously.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, meteorologist Dave Williams has your Storm Team 9 24-hour forecast next.
And you either love her or you hate her, but you're only going to get one chance to see her latest project when Danielle and I return.
WTOV 9 is proud to have the first closed caption newscast in the Ohio Valley. Now, here's your Storm Team 9 24-hour forecast.
Mostly sunny and warmer with temperatures topping out in the low 50s for the beginning of the work week. At 11 tonight on the Storm Team 9 24-hour forecast, clear and 35 degrees. Tomorrow morning at 8, mostly sunny with 25 degrees, and then it warms up to 42 degrees by noon with mostly sunny skies. Then by 6, 48 degrees with mostly sunny skies.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Coming up tonight on WTOV 9, NBC Nightly News is next, followed at 7 by Dateline NBC.
Beginning at 8 o'clock, it's the NBC movie event Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Then join us back here tonight at 11 for News 9 Tonight. Well, finally tonight, proof positive you get more publicity if your stunt is banned from television.
And who else but Madonna? You're only going to get one chance to see Madonna's new video on MTV. Because of its violent content, the video for What It's Like for a Girl will only air once on MTV and its sister station VH1. The video was directed by Madonna's husband, Guy Ritchie. This happened once before to her video, Justify My Love.
My goodness. See, that's what you get. You get news coverage when you do that.
Exactly. Well, that's all the time we have for News 9 at 6. I'm Danielle Frizzi.
I'm Mark Zinni. NBC Nightly News is coming up next. We'll have all the latest tonight at 11 on News 9 Tonight. Good night, everyone.